So at the moment, I'm afraid to say there isn't any political party on this space in this country that we think is worthy of partnering with a party that is as honored and as honest as the Socialist Party.
So if and when maybe these resolutions are passed and so forth and amendments are done to the Constitution, what does it mean for you as a Socialist Party? Does it make it any easier or difficult in terms of contesting elections even thereafter? Mr. Likwanya?
Yeah, what it is that this bill, once it is passed in Parliament, once the clauses have been enshrined as part of the Constitution, does not only make it difficult for us as a Socialist Party to operate, but it makes an ordinary Zambian out there difficult for him to survive. Because we will be in an environment where more power has been given to those to the politicians. We will be in a situation whereby those who are in control of us, the political leaders, have got so much power to do anything they want. They have got power to steal. They have got power to dictate laws. They have got power to do anything. What we have been advocating for as socialists is that let us have justice. Justice, it means we must have institutions that are formidable, well-functional, and are able to represent anybody regardless of their economic and social status in society. What we've been advocating for as socialist parties is that let us have equity. Let us have equal distribution of resources to the Zambian people. Let us have an ordinary Zambian benefiting from the national treasury, from the national cake. Let us have peace, meaning we are against all forms of violence that have been promulgated by any political player regardless of their status in society. So what we are saying is that it will have difficulties on political players. One of those I've mentioned them. The reduction, the revising of the electoral process, where they want to reduce the campaign period. It will be difficult for us as political players to campaign in how many days is that? 60 days.
From 90.
You can't campaign. You can't go around the whole country in 60 days when they have been campaigning. As we are talking right now, the president, ministers are on the ground campaigning, dishing out, money. They are on the ground.
Why not do that yourselves as well? Why not join in and start campaigning?
Public Order Act. They have also enshrined other laws within the same bill that we are talking about that restricts us to gather, that restricts us to hold meetings. For me and my colleague here, when we were coming actually from Lusaka coming here, we had to face a number of stopovers. That's because we were wearing a party T-shirt that connotes that it is Socialist Party. We had to be stopped on the way. Why? Because we live in an environment that is not supportive to political players. One of the other things that will be affected is the economy. This country that we have has got a national treasury. And if we open our national treasury to the politicians to loot, at any time they want, they can borrow. At any time they want, they can decide who they pay and who they don't. Because right now we've got civil servants. Teachers have not been paid their money. We've got retirees that go to government buildings every day to protest. They have not been paid their money. And this government of the PF, they still see it fit that they should put a law in there that will protect them from those retirees to be bothering them. And what they have done now, they have said you can be removed from the payroll. And they can send you back home. And they will not give you your money. They will choose at which point to give you the money. Which should not be the case. According to the socialist state aims at protecting the workers. And that is the reason why in every socialist state you talk about, a worker will be given his benefits, he'll be on payroll, even when he's retired. For as long as he has not been given his benefits, his money, he will still be on payroll. But this government is suggesting that workers from various sectors, they can be victimized at any point. Is this the government that says that they are going to protect people in 90 days?
Right. Now, look, here is the Socialist Party, and you have issues to do with NDF resolutions. But from where we started and when you were looking at the Socialist Party, I'm thinking, look, this is an ideology that can go up against capitalist ideology and get the better of it. Should this worry you again? Because I'm thinking, look, let's wait for 2021. Go ahead, even with these resolutions in place. Are you intimidated with these resolutions?
We can't, comrade. We can't, as he comes in, we can't move forward because we believe that as a socialist party, we are not only ideological, but we are responsive to the sufferings of the Zambian people. We do not live on planet Mars. We live in a country where we have to respond and protect the dignity of our Zambian people as at when they complain. And we are citizens of this country, and when we see this country going to the dogs, we must be able to rise up, protect our people, because we believe these laws, even if we are to entertain them for a day, they would make it unbearable for us as Zambian people to survive.
Right.
Because why would we live in a country where would we live in a country where there are laws that do not support survival? Currently, we know that there is poverty all over. But if we allow these politicians to root money, if we allow these politicians to give themselves salary allowances and increase their salaries, where is this country going? You are aware that few weeks ago, ministers, they gave themselves hefty allowances. They uplifted their salaries. But what happens to an ordinary Zambian who cannot even afford to buy a bag of meal? And that's what's happening today. These ministers, they are contributing to the poverty levels in this country, because 60% of the budget that we have in our country goes towards paying them, and that is not the kind of government that we support as Socialist
Still
Party.
on the NDF resolution.